My name is Randy. I'm the driver, purchaser, operator, whatever you want me to be here at Applewood Landscaping. I love my job. I love my coworkers. I love the environment I work in. And today's gonna be a day full of fun things. You're gonna see the boys. We're gonna go to stores. We're gonna take machines. We're gonna pull a trailer, go to the yard, do a bunch of things. So stay tuned. You're gonna see what the average day of an Applewood driver is. It's 6 a.m. We're here at Westside. I'm here to get a 8-foot magnesium screed board for the pavers that we're gonna start installing today. Let's go get it. Expiration?
The mag screed, 10 foot's gonna be the smallest.
10. You have a.
Unless 12?
You
want 16, could get two 8-footers.
True. You have a 12?
Yeah. They come in increments of 2 foot. 10, 12, 14.
Starting at 10. All right.
Yeah, starting at 10 all the way up to 20.
Yeah, give me a 16 then.
You want a 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys usually get bigger ones, then they cut it to their size.
Yeah.
And stuff.
We'll cut it.
So you want a 16 footer, no problem. Anything else for you today?
That's it. Thank you.
Pretty simple. Oh, you taking pictures of us?
Huh? No.
So he didn't give us the final receipt, but it was $291 for a 16-foot mag screed board. We're gonna go deliver it to Beto so he can start screeding the sand to start laying the pavers. So we're here because we share the yard with this other company, and we have our dump trailer and our machine that we need to pick up to take to Martin's job site that he's starting today. Except sometimes we get in each other's way. Our trailer's straight back there, but I don't know if we'll be able to get to it because there's two big semis. So we gotta move this machine so that I can back up and move the trailer, because this is the machine that we're taking to Martin's new job site. I'll unlock the trailer and pull it out. So it's important to keep the trailers locked with that hitch, that coupler lock that we have, because at any given moment anyone can just come in here with their car. I know we have fences, but technically they can knock them down and then come back up and take anything we have here. So that's why we just store extra pavers, our big machines with codes, and then the trailer with the lock.
Hey, you done that before?
Yeah. Plenty of times. Now we come out wide so we don't hit that pillar over there. Now let's load up. I know a lot of people don't lock their doors. Just lock them. Because when you're loading, you don't want them to swing back and hit the rail, hit the ladders, and then you have to kick the door back. So just do it right. Another thing that I like to make sure of is right before I load, I like to make sure that the ladders are somewhat level to the ground, because if not, you're gonna have a lot of bent ladders, and when you try to put it back in the slot, it's not gonna go in. You see I have the forks, and you see I have the bucket. So I know I'm gonna go in there. It's only 7 feet wide, so I want to center this bucket as much as I can prior to going in and loading in. That's as good as it's gonna get. Bucket's not centered, you can't put your forks down, so I'll center it right now. We're done. Make sure the forks are back enough so you can close the door, which usually my reference point is right here, this line. Put away the ladders. Pins, close my doors. Then the most important after loading, put up your stabilizers. So in this situation, I would go and make that turn, but it's a very tight turn right here, and I won't make it. I have to go wide, but he's in my way, and he won't go.
How often do you run into these type of people?
Every time I come to the yard, you gotta love it. We could try. It's worth trying. Thank you for not moving. Fuck. Another tip would probably be just to make sure your load feels good. Once you start driving maybe about 100 feet, 200 feet, you can get a feel for your load. And if it feels off, be safe, pull over, check your load. But it feels good, we're straight. One indicator that your load is off could be that your coupler, what hooks up to your truck, is going ta-da, 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 ta-da. That means that your weight is in the back and it's not centered on top of the wheels, top of the other axles. Another indicator can be when you're going about 40, 50 up in speed, you start fishtailing. You'll start feeling your load swing back and forth. And if that happens, they call it jackknifing, meaning that the butt of your trailer will be next to you. And that's what you don't want. So don't jackknife, drive safe, fill your load, test your brakes, make sure everything feels good. If it doesn't, pull over, check everything out, adjust your machine or your load, and then continue. See, look at this traffic. We started early. The store took up our hour. It took us 15 minutes to load up the machine, and now we're stuck in this traffic.
Which drivers on the road do you hate the most?
I hate Tesla drivers. They're the worst. They're horrible. Tesla drivers and vans, get out of the way. They're in the way, get out of the way. Cybertruck, okay, they're fine. I can't say nothing about that because my boss has one. But fuck, the regular Teslas, get out of the way. Vans, get out of the way. Soccer moms, get out of the way. In the last video, some of you noticed that I don't use a GPS. And there's no specific reason for that. It's just we usually work in certain areas of our city, and I pretty much know the areas. I'll look up the address one time on my maps, and I'll get an idea of where it's at. And if I really need to use the Google Maps, then I'll use it. But I know pretty much everywhere where we move. New jobs, old jobs. So when you do this every day, you get to know your city. You get to know the shortcuts. You get to know where there'll be traffic, at what time, what exit to take to, bypass traffic. So you learn the ins and outs of your city and all the shortcuts.
So how long have you been driving for?
For Applewood, almost 4 years, but I've been driving prior, maybe on and off, since I was like 18. So I've always been working in landscaping, different companies, commercial, residential. So I'd always get materials, whether it was in a pickup truck, a dump truck. Then when work got slow, I left. And then now here with Tigran, I used to drive 4 trucks. One being the white little Kenworth dump truck. I've driven that one with a trailer with air brakes. And then the gray one that he bought, that one also I've taken with a trailer with air brakes. And then the 550 gas that I used to drive, and now this 350 diesel. So I've been through quite a few trucks. Out of all the trucks that I've driven, the least fun was the 550. And the reason for that was because going up hills with a heavy load or trailer, it didn't want to go up. And the most fun is this 350 because it's diesel. It has all the power to go up the hill with a heavy load, a machine, trailer, alone. Buenos días. ¿Sí va a entrar el grande? Este no va a entrar, ¿ah? El mediano sí. El mediano. Con plywood. Está bien. Buenos días, don Puma. ¿Qué dice? ¿Cómo está? Todo, don Julio. Ok.
Lo va a hacer ahí.
¿Tienes tanques, botes para echar diesel? Now we're gonna unload. So once your load is already loaded, you could put the legs or the stabilizers all the way to the lowest position possible. You don't have to leave a gap. Martin. We know they're in red gas cans, but we know they're diesel. Right, Puma? Yeah. Right? Al video. So for anyone who moves trailers, machines, I think it's very necessary that you have a diesel pump, a transfer tank. Just because you can load up the guys with diesel. I was gonna put diesel in that machine, but I noticed that it's full, so I didn't put it. But I did tell them if they needed extra diesel to get the bucket, the tanks. So it's very necessary. How was? And we always like to put the red diesel. I don't know if you could tell on the camera. That's the red diesel.
What's the difference for people like me who don't know?
It's just better for the machines, and it's non-taxable. This is for another job that we're going to right now. So we just finished talking to the crew lead Martin and then Jose, but we couldn't record because the homeowner was there. So basically he just needs the 1550, which is the 3.5 to 4 foot machine. So we can enter this axis right here on the side of the house and start tearing it up. As a father of 2, I think having kids really makes you as a driver think to drive safely, more precautious, think of blind spots of where kids might be riding a bike or crossing, and really just having to look out for the kids more than anything. Like this one, he was supposed to stop, obviously, but he didn't, and that's okay. He's a kid. You just have to be very precautious, drive safe, take your time. There's no rush. There's always tomorrow. The only way there will be no tomorrow is if you make a dumb mistake trying to be fast today. Another tip I would give another driver is after you're done unloading a machine, make sure that your trailer brakes are lower, because if not, you're gonna be pulling the trailer and stopping lightly with no heavy load and burning your brake and your tires. So just a pro tip, lower your brake. Yeah, I'm not surprised he's driving like an asshole. Look at him, he's stopping in the middle, cut me off. He's going back into the right lane. What's expected? It's a Tesla. Prime example, look at, no crosswalk, but you gotta be careful with pedestrians. We know school's going in right now. Kids are going to school. Just be aware. Take the extra 10 minutes, take your time, there's no rush. I'm turning around, backing up, turning around so that we can load up the machines. Ese Betito, good morning. ¿Cómo estás, you? Aquí tengo tu regla, güey. Es de 16, pero lo cortas. This is why having a ladder rack is convenient, especially with finished wood or with tools like this that cost a lot of money. You need to keep straight. Sí, los altos. Ven, güey.
Gracias, mi gordito sexy.
Oh, yeah.
¿Qué te vas a llevar?
I need the other half. Ya después.
¿Puedo cortar o no?
Sí, es de 16, la mitad. Voy a cargar el chiquitín y luego el mediano.
¿Y el escabero, no?
Si tengo tiempo de regreso. ¿Está bien, patrón?
No, que no ando renegando.
He's telling me in Spanish, well, hurry up, move your ass. Deja vu all over again.
Otro día.
That's love. That's love. ¿Cómo me muevo?
¿Quieres uno primero que él?
Sí.
Y ese lo vas a
Sin miedo al éxito, papá. I don't think it's gonna fit with the buckets, so. We good? Clearance, boys. Let's go. Remember, this is my reference. So once I know that anything, machines, buckets, is behind this line, I know that the doors will close and it'll fit. So these are just tricks that I know and I use with my trailer. I don't know how you guys reference things to make your job easier, but those are mine. See? And I'd rather the buckets be inside the trailer than trying to put it on top with a strap. You're asking to get pulled over, we're good to go. So the reason I put the bucket in the back is because this loader is a little bit more wider than the one in the back, and it definitely wouldn't have fit right here. I want it centered because I don't want the trailer to sway. I want the machine to be right in the middle on top of the wheels. Just dropped off the screed board that we got this morning at Westside so they could start the pavers. While I was there, I also got the 1050 and I got the 1550. The 1550 ditch witch is going to Martin's new job site with the tooth bucket so they can rip out anything. And the 1050, one of the metals to the track came out, so we're gonna go take it to maintenance. By the way, we have our other little 1050 there also right now getting maintenance because it had an oil leak. So I'm hoping and keeping my fingers crossed that by the time they fix them both, I can just go pick them both up because it's over here in Fremont.
Okay, Randy, what is the sketchiest delivery you've ever had to make?
So one of the most sketchiest deliveries I had to make as far as taking a machine was at Martin's old job. So that job in particular was in kind of the mountains, and to get up there is kind of like a one-way street. So you got to keep your fingers crossed going up, hoping that there's no car coming down. Because if you guys find yourselves next to each other, there's literally zero space to move or, you know, to get in front of one another. So either one or the other will have to reverse, especially with the trailer and the big machine. And it definitely wouldn't be me. It would have to be the other person. So I was taking this truck, the 350, with the dump trailer, 16 feet long, with the big 304 excavator. Not our little one, the bigger one. And I had to haul ass and 4 high going up the hill. I had to stay in motion. And sure enough, as I was going up, there was a car coming down. So I had to stop, put the e-brake on, and then put it in 4 low to go finish going up after I had stopped. So that was probably the most sketchiest thing, not only because of the width and the street not being wide enough, but also just the height alone of the excavator arm, trying to see if I was gonna hit any trees because there was a lot of trees. So that was probably my most sketchiest. It's always a Tesla driver. Over the crosswalk, starts reversing. I have to honk. He doesn't go. Light has been green. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with these Teslas. My bestie in the Tessie. Les dejé ahí en la traila, güey.
Oh, no, ¿qué? Pensé que se bien porque las dejé pegadas en el morrito.
Espérame. ¿Tienes tus llaves?
¿Cómo?
¿Sí lo encontraste?
No sé, güey. Lo que pasa es que yo las dejé ahí en la máquina prendida, en el morrito chiquito, en el primero que metiste.
Sí, ahí las bajé, güey. Ahí las bajé.
Ah, ok. Ahorita reviso.
¿Y si no encuentras los llaves, qué?
Pues te voy a verguiar
Pendeja.
para que otro día te pongas pila.
¿Pero tienes llaves de tu troca?
No, nomás de las máquinas.
Oh, ok. Oh, entonces,
Te voy a dar una nalgada si te las llevaste.
pendeja, pues ahí las dejé. No sé si... Ahí las dejé, güey. No están...
Ok, ahorita
no...
reviso.
All right.
¿Por qué iban pegadas pues en la máquina primera que metiste?
Sí, pues yo las bajé, güey.
Órale, pues.
All right, bye. So the reason I got off when we were in traffic at a stop is because the crew lead, Beto, had loaded up the mini ditch witch, but he left his keys to the ignition with the machine on. I loaded it, and then when I was done loading it, I took his keys off and I put them in the front of the dump trailer so he can get them. Then I loaded up the other medium one, and now he's calling me asking me if his keys are still on the little ditch witch, which I told him no. So I told him if he can't find them to let me know. And thankfully, they're just to the machines. He has his personal keys, his car keys, his home keys separate from his machine keys, which is smart. Look at the keys right there on the bottom. We found them. Keys secured. This is deja vu for the third time. Because the tooth bucket is not letting me push it. Just like that. We have to put diesel because it's almost at a half a tank. ¿A poco? Oh shit. ¿Esto lo puedes abrir? ¿No tiene? ¿Está vacío, vacío? Sí tiene. ¿Ya? Oh. Rookie saying there's none when there's some. Come on, Martin. Eso es todo.
¿La palita chiquita te lo dejo o...?
¿Cuál?
Ahí va uno en la...
Es que tiene dientes. Por si acaso tiene que sacar algo. Ok, Martin. Eso es todo. Qué llenito. Ahí estamos. Ahora pues, ¿me avisas? I try to listen to my music, but I get a lot of phone calls from everyone. Sometimes the stores call me, the crew leads call me, everyone calls me, so sometimes I can't. And I try not to really touch my phone while I'm driving. I just pay attention more to what I'm doing. I listen to everything. I'll even listen to classical music. I just really don't listen to a lot of music because, like I said, I'm either calling for material, for wood, calling for pavers, talking to the people who are fixing the machines, Ditch Witch, Caterpillar, or the crew leads themselves. We're trying to prep for either the next day. If it's later through the day, we're prepping for the next day. Hey, what are you gonna need? Is the trailer full? Can I go to the dump? Do you need a machine? Do you need a machine out of there? So it's really just a lot of communicating, and I don't really get a chance to just fully listen to my music, which is fine. I'm working, and when I do, I listen to everything. Number one is Tupac. You have to be old school. I'm from the 90s, you could tell because of my music. We just got the Ditch Witch, and we're gonna drop off the 1050 for maintenance because one of the tracks came apart. You guys didn't see, but I already unchained it, so Here we go. Round 3, round 4, round 5. So the problem with this machine is it's missing the metal.
Right here?
Right there. See it? It's missing the metal and it needs that. Because if not, the track is going to come off. So we need to replace the whole track. So we leave it here and we go talk to Andrew. So initially we just came for one track, but because it's a track loader and it has 2 tracks on both sides, we just figured it'd be a good opportunity to just change both tracks right now. It's just like kind of when you drive a truck or a car and you change one tire, I'm pretty sure the rest of the tires are pretty bad too, so you might as well just change them all. What I need to do next is go get 3 yards of prep soil for Camacho, and then I have to go to site 1 to get some drip irrigation for Caesar. Not to mention I have to take this trailer back to the yard. So I just got off of the phone with one of the crew leads, Alberto, and because they're installing the pavers now, I figured let's take some concrete to have it ready, so when they're ready to put the borders in concrete, the concrete's already there on a pallet. But because when we went earlier with the machine to go pick it up, it was kind of light sprinkling, so I thought about it again while on the phone, and I told him, actually, is it still sprinkling light over there? He said, yeah. So I told him we should just hold off on that pallet and set it tomorrow. I'll take it Monday because today's Thursday. Kind of give the weather a chance to clear out and not mess up our material. So when taking material or thinking ahead to kind of get the guys ready for what they need, it's also a good time to take in consideration Mother Nature, right? The rain, the wind, whatever. If there's gonna be other work, tree guys there, so we need to clear the street as much, just to not have so much material or things at the job site. Very good to kind of think ahead, but also be aware of thinking ahead, if that makes sense. So my point with that is sometimes it's not my job to think of those kind of things. It's more their job, but we try to work as a team. And so if 2 heads can think better than 1, why not, right? So just kind of be mindful of those things. And it's always good to have somebody who thinks of the weather, material, or space at the job site before taking anything. One main thing that I want people to understand, that although I do take materials, I do take machines, not all the time is my job super easy or a walk in the park. For example, if I'm going to buy material, the material is not ordered unless I order it. 9 out of 10 times I have to go to the store and I order, and I make sure I know what I'm ordering. Once in a great while there will be an order on will call ready to pick up, but I do all the ordering. I choose what store to go buy from. I choose how much I'm gonna buy from that store. And when it comes to the machines, I have to be in communication with the managers who service our machines. For Caterpillar, that's Aaron. For Ditch Witch, that's Andrew. So I'm talking to managers, I'm talking to the store companies, I'm talking to a lot of people aside from the people in Applewood. So I want to make it very clear that I not only talk to people from Applewood, from other companies, homeowners, I also deal with the stores, store managers, also reps, people wanting to get our business, meeting up with them, going over our prices, going over materials, things that we could save from one store and not buy from only one store. There's a lot of communicating, there's a lot of knowledge that comes behind all this, driving also and taking materials. Another good example is the wood, knowing the finishes of the wood, what kind of wood, redwood, cedar, regular, construction wood, Conhart, Select Heart. There's different grades of redwood, there's different grades of cedar. Just kind of knowing exactly what you're gonna order and how to install it. Tongue and groove, true to square, what size, what dimensions, how much wood you can order without having to cut and lose a lot of feet of wood, overpaying for wood. So there's just a lot of factors when it comes to getting material, taking material, getting machines, taking machines. You have to be safe. You have to be on it. You have to pay attention to your trailer, look at the tires. You have to look at your fuel. You have to make sure the machines have fuel. And there's a lot. There's a lot when delivering. Mind you, when I'm driving, I'm getting calls. Hey, we need this. Don't forget this. Can you come and do this last minute? I love my job, but there's so much more that I have to do than just driving, especially after work. I'm still working even after I work. Towards the evening, I check in with the guys. Every crew lead, make sure that, you know, if it's urgent, I'll take it early in the morning. If there's something that they forgot, they know they can let me know at any time. I'm up at 4 a.m. anyways. What the fuck, man? What are you doing? Why are you driving like that for? He has nothing to say. Fucking idiot, dude. Fucking dumbass kid. So now we're at Evergreen Supply. We're gonna get 3 yards of prep soil for our job in San Jose. Hi. Okay. Let's go. This card never fails. The soil we're getting is prep soil, prepared topsoil. And basically it has like planter mix and just regular clean dirt mixed into one, so that if we need a backfill, we could backfill where plants are gonna go. But also it's not just straight planter mix. So that's good for backfilling, but already with the planter mix in it.
And you know everybody, huh?
Everyone, yeah. I'm a regular here. I'm gonna give you guys kind of a breakdown of my new work truck. So Tigran got me this last year. It's a 2024 Ford F350 diesel XLT model. So basically with the XLT, you get the big screen, you get cloth interior, and it's a more premium truck package. But it is diesel. It has the 6.7 power stroker. It's a 350, so I could take heavy loads, the big excavator, the big 279, the big 259, and the 3000, no problem. Heavy duty tires. We got the ladder rack, perfect for the screed boards when we're not using them so they don't get bent, damaged. I could load up finished wood, no problem. I could also pull this trailer that he also bought shortly after the truck. He bought this one. And this is a trailer that specifically stays at the yard when we need something, or I need to move a machine, or I need something to take. It's empty and it's available at all times. So my top 3 favorite things about this truck. Number 1 is the ladder rack. It makes loading rebar, concrete forms, and finished wood like nothing. Piece of cake. The second thing I like about it is the transfer tank and the toolbox. The toolbox, because I can put down my straps, I can put down anything I need to mark out paint, mark out a new job with the paint, chains, everything, you name it, string. The diesel tank, because I can load up all the machines that I take with diesel. And when I go to a job site, I don't have to load up the bucket, the bins with diesel, and it's just a big hassle. I'd rather just have them bring me the machine straight to the truck and then fill it up. And the third thing that I like is that I could fit a whole pallet of pavers, a whole pallet of concrete in the back, and that it came from factory with the liner for the bed. In the toolbox, I keep like a lot of the necessary tools that we use. I have grinders, I have a rebar cutter, I have new blades for the miter saw, for finished wood, for pergolas. I have everything in that toolbox that you could think of. I have glue for the PVC pipes. I have some fittings just in case the guys need it last minute. I have everything in that toolbox. Hola. ¿Me arrimo así? Ok, gracias. So when I was with the union before Applewood, I used to drive a loader like that, and we used to like take dirt, base rock, asphalt, grindings, and load big semi trucks like the ones you see around here, big excavators. And that's how I got into like operating. I'm kind of like a driver, purchaser / operator, so I kind of do all three. It just really depends on the kind of day that I'm having. Right now I'm just being a driver. I'm taking material, taking machines. I wouldn't consider the little ditch witches really operating, but when you have a big excavator or a big loader, that's kind of more the operation side, because then you got to get into tying down. You got your 4 points to tie down with the chains. But yeah, I know how to drive one of these. I know how to drive one of those. And personally, I'm a Caterpillar guy. I like Caterpillar machines, so to each their own though. Yeah, learning how to drive one of these big loaders, or even just with a regular pickup truck and trailer, it's definitely helped me taking heavy equipment. It's definitely helped me with heavy material. It's very heavy. This is probably at least easily 3 tons right here alone. It's definitely helped me knowing how to drive with the weight, how to brake ahead of traffic, so it helps.
Randy,
Martín,
¿qué onda?
¿cómo van ahí?
Pues ya andamos escarbando.
¿No vas a ocupar nada para mañana?
Nos traes
¿La quebradora o...?
No, no se va a romper nada, ahora sí por suerte, güey.
Oh, ok.
Nomás un rollo de pipa de 3/4.
Oh, ok. ¿No ocupas partes? ¿Pegamento?
Ya tenemos pegamento, uno de test y uno de ¿cómo se llama esa madre? De 45.
45.
Ajá.
¿Y couplings?
Una cajita de cada uno.
¿Y couplings?
Y couplings, ajá.
Ok.
Sí, nomás un rollo de pipa, aquí yo tengo uno.
Ok. ¿Y tapas?
¿Cómo?
¿Los tapaderas?
Sí, también.
Ok. ¿No vas a poner como luces, alambre o station wire?
Oh, de veras, sí, pienso que sí, pero eso lo podemos esperar ahorita.
Ok.
Ajá. Por lo mientras eso, para ver si ya mañana empezamos a meter pipa.
Ok, está bien.
Ahora
pues, Marty.
Hola.
All right, bye. So, I just got off the phone with Martin, and I'm not trying to push him as the things that he'll need, but I'm also trying to be a second mind, like I said, for him. And he just told me pipe in the beginning. That's all he asked for. But I was telling him, you don't need fittings, you don't need glue. Are we gonna run anything else? Are we gonna run electrical, low voltage wire? Are you gonna need station wire? And my next question, if he said yeah, was gonna be, do you need staples? Do you need electrical pipe? So there's a lot of things that go into the material that I'm taking, and I don't just think, okay, he needs pipe, that's all I'm getting. You need to take into account everything else that goes with that material. I guess the only upper hand with taking material little by little is if there's change orders. If the customer says, instead of, 2 valves, I want 8 valves. I want planter boxes now, and I want a valve for each. Well, I guess in that sense, it makes sense to take a box of valves instead of taking 2. So in a way, it is good that I don't take all material at once, but it is good to think about other material he may be using. Important tip is to make sure that you don't hit any electrical lines or anything on top. And then when you pull forward as you're dumping, to make sure that the door doesn't hit a pallet or the fence or a rock. They're gonna shovel a little bit because they want it specifically right there where the tarp is. Normally we just full sand and dump it, but because this land, they need to kind of keep materials organized, we have to keep it on that tarp on that side. Tú di, güey. Es que ya está pegando los patas.
Sí, güey.
Like whenever you're dumping, right now is a good time to always inspect your bottom of the trailer. Check your axles, look at the wires, see if your fittings need to be greased again. Any dents, any holes that you didn't see there before. Just look at the wear and tear of the undercarriage of the trailer. ¿Es un chingo, güey? ¿Neta? Está bien, lo llevo como Camacho and Tony and Max. Causing a little traffic. Make sure I don't hit that car. You could tell I pull a trailer a lot, huh? So like I was saying earlier, the sketchiest load that I've ever pulled was with that big excavator and this trailer and truck up that last job at Martin's site. You can see it sits high and it's wide. And when you're pulling it, it feels heavy. So going up the hill, it felt like a one way up, one way down. So either you go all the way up or you wait your turn and then I don't have to do it no more. I only did it once. And thank God it's a one and done kind of deal. So we just dropped off the trailer at the yard. Now we're here at site 1. We got to get some irrigation parts for Caesar's crew and Martin's crew. These fittings are for the irrigation that Martin's gonna be running. He wants to make sure he has 45s, couplings, T's, and 90s, all slip. And every new job that has irrigation, plants, trees, sprinklers, we always usually just get a box of each because we do so much irrigation that the parts eventually will run out. So we normally like to use 3/4, but depending on what we're installing and how large of a space, we'll sometimes put 1 inch, usually 3/4 though. And we always use the Christie's red hot glue. We always get this size because the guys always open them and then they get dried out. So we don't waste so much. This one. That's pretty much it. Everything else is outside.
Like DoorDash for Applewood.
Yeah, pretty much. Except I don't get a tip.
No tip.
The only tip I get is to stay out of dark alleys at night. Keep up the good work. Tip of the day. ¿Qué dice? ¿Cómo estás? Bien, bien. What's up, Beto? Another reason why we like Site 1 is because they give free water. Thomas!
Is this going to be a TikTok?
YouTube. You want to be in the camera? Huh? Yeah, day in the life. That's what this is. See, we always come here because we get good customer service. This is one order header with the glue, and then there's another one. So you gotta remember, when you have your stuff for the inside, you also gotta think of the stuff that's outside. Pipe, drip, stakes, pavers, cinder blocks, anything outside you gotta think of and order it right now.
Okay, 272.46.
Okay. They're camera shy because they usually talk up a storm.
Puro groserías.
Yeah, pretty much.
Try not to get in trouble.
So Mark, see you guys later. Late. Here pretty much every day. See what I meant? When you check out, you have to make sure that you get anything you want out here. Like I ordered pipe with this order. And for example, if they want a drain pipe, I would have to order it with the order that I'm already purchasing inside. And we show the yard guys our receipt. Anything highlighted on the paper is what we're getting out here. Not sure if they're gonna come or not, but I don't have time. So see how easy it is to load up pipe? With the 550, I couldn't do this. The stuff I got at Site 1, I'm gonna take it to the boys and I'm gonna end the video here. But next week, you guys will see, it's gonna be a busy week. We're gonna have another new job to start. It's gonna be crazy insane and it's gonna be super busy. If you guys thought today was busy, next week will definitely be double, triple busy of what I was today. I'm not really looking forward to that, but I know you guys are patiently waiting to see that. This is Randy. See you guys later. You guys drive safe. Have a great day.